All right, hi. We are going to talk about Divemaster conducted program workshops, and this first workshop I'd like to cover is the ReActivate program. So one of the duties of your Divemaster candidate is to conduct a ReActivate program, and we are going to use the instructor guides to show us how to organize it, make it easy for you guys to basically run that workshop with your candidate. And so we'll have a look at the actual standards from the ReActivate program. And also we'll look at prescriptive methods to determine what skill needs to be practiced in addition to the one that are within the program to make sure that the diver will feel confident and ready to go back into diving, right? I will also have a look at recognizing problems and how do we correct some of these problems as well. So in my instructor guide on the ReActivate program, we have a few things that need to be covered by your candidate. The first one is the interview with the diver. One of the things they can do, first of all, is to check a logbook. So any logbook is really going to provide some pretty good information on how long it's been since they've been diving, and maybe tell you a little bit more about the type of diving they've done. At the same time, we want to ask a few questions. So, one is like, how many dive have you made, and what were the conditions and the environment, location, and that tells you quite a bit. When and where were your last dives? How did they go? How did the last dive go? What would help you to improve them, right? And then what skill would you like to practice, right? So through the interview, you'll have a better idea on what the diver would like to practice, what they would feel more confident with. So it's very important to go through that selection. So just set it up so your candidate can ask each other some of these questions, maybe take notes on the slate, and just go over all these questions, making sure that you have a better idea of what you want to do. Right after this, it's all about setting up the equipment assembly adjustments. You definitely want to go over that. All the pre-dive safety checks are very important. So this is something to review. You have entries, you have descents, you have buoyancy control while scuba diving, and then ascent, exits, and general dive skills, right? Some of the things to, again, go over, making sure they're comfortable with equalizing, the different techniques for equalizing, etc., etc. We have some skills that need to be covered. So in your instructor guide, certainly you'll see in black bold, you have the skills to be completed and meeting the performance requirement. And so in a confined water dive or a dive guided in open water to practice, we'll want to see these general diving skills. So one of them is definitely going to be removing, replacing, and clearing a mask as very basic skills. Becoming neutrally buoyant and hover. So the hovering part really shows control underwater. At the surface, in water too deep in which to stand, we have deflating BCD and using the weight system to quick release to pull clear and drop sufficient weight to become positively buoyant. So emergency weight drops, that's a good skill to have. If they feel, that they're not comfortable, they're at the surface, they're struggling, they need to remember that it's just as easy as just dumping your weights, right? So make sure you do that. We have ascend properly using an alternate air source. So being comfortable with breathing from a body's alternate air source. And then get to the surface and then establish positive buoyancy at the surface. And you want to make sure they can act both as a donor for their body, but also as a receiver, right? Knowing what to do if they run out of air. So that's a nice review. And then also make sure they practice any skill that they say they wanted to practice. So whatever they mention, then you want to cover them as well, making sure that they're comfortable with them. After this, again, more practice, right? So we don't do it just once. Remember, mastery is important. So to feel confident, they need to do it a few times, especially if you see some hesitation or little issues during the skill. Make sure that they do that as well. On some of those skills, if you have the controlled emergency swimming ascent, they would like to practice. Remember that has to be done only in confined water, so not in open water. And it can be horizontal or diagonal, either way, but this is only done in confined water, so as per your instructor guide. So make sure that's being done. So as you know, the ReActivate is a product you can assign to the people taking the program. So should be familiar with OLPC, assigning the code to the diver, and then once they've done that, they complete the knowledge development portion of it. So that's done through e-learning. And then if not already completed everything online as verified on the e-record, then you can also administer a ReActivate quick review, right? And you can remediate any missed question until they're all comfortable with the answer. But usually if they complete e-learning, you'll see on the e-record that everything has been done. Once they're done, with this, they're ready to go diving, and also they will receive a new card that says ReActivate on it. And even if they're from another organization, they'll receive a ReActivate card. So a really good program, and good to get your Dive Master candidate comfortable with conducting these. All right.